Howdy, folks, and welcome back. We got a special review headed your way tonight, Uncle Bill, because this was a patron requested review. Our poor pal Dumal has been waiting nearly 2 months for us to do this, and I feel bad.
I don't want to let Dumal down anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I have.
So his December request was for 2016, 2017. I think it came out in the U.S. in 2017. French, kind of a body horror movie.
Kind of,
Called
yeah.
Raw. It's raw. And I got to be honest, when he requested this, I thought he was like, "Are you want us to review my Raw 2016? What was so special about Raw from 2016?"
That'd be fucking killer if he made us do that.
Do a 2016 Monday Night Raw retrospective.
You have to do a deep dive of 2016 and of Raw. No, this movie is not at all WWE related. This movie is crazy as all shades of fuck. But what a concept, though, man! What a concept that this movie has. So basically, I'll give you the shortest summary for this movie that I can, right? And then you can fill in some gaps, and I can fill in some gaps. But essentially, it's a story of a vegetarian that eats meat for the first time and then realizes she's a fucking cannibal. That's it.
And realizes she enjoys the taste of raw meat a lot. But just this, there's this bizarre scene in this too. She's going to veterinarian school as well. She's a freshman.
Yeah.
And it's like haze week or hazing week or whatever, pledge week or whatever the hell they call it. I don't know. I was never in a fraternity
I think it is pledge week. Yeah.
Justine is the girl's name. This movie's directed by, I'm going to try to pronounce this woman's name, Julia the Colonel. Julia the Colonel.
Hello, my name is Julia the Colonel.
I'll bet,
foolish nail Spanish.
I about guarantee David Gregory loves this movie, though, because isn't he in France? We're like,
fuck yeah.
David Gregory goes, it's raw. So her family's pretty much strict vegetarian. You get that from the beginning.
Yep.
And there's a hazing ritual that all of the new pledges at the veterinarian school, where they're sticking their entire arm up a cow's ass. For what reason, I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
Are they trying to just rile out its asshole and getting it prepared for a fucking colonoscopy?
Did you say rile out its asshole? Yeah, that's what they're doing. Like a fucking plunger, get up in there. Come on. Do like a circular motion.
I'm going to stick my entire arm up a cow's ass, and it's going to be fun.
Then you put your whole fucking leg in there. That'd be seconds.
Never. Like, back in the day when they were just figuring this stuff out, like,
you go drop kick a cow's asshole. Just straight into it.
Back in the day, they were just figuring this shit out, right? And somebody woke up one day and was like, I need to stick my entire arm up this cow's ass.
Was he bringing it? That's so cute.
It's
guessing. David Gregory. He fucking pioneered jamming your arm up a cow's ass.
The director, too, and Carter Denchen mentioned this on here, also directed another French horror movie that we reviewed a couple of years ago, Titane.
This director is super fucked up. I just want to say that.
And I do recall seeing this. I may be mistaken. It may have been Best Buy or Target or something, but I saw this in a store. I don't know if it was Walmart. There's some fucking weird shit in this movie, though. This is weird.
Well, to say the least, yeah. So, like, at this hazing that you were talking about, right? Like, one of the hazing things is you have to eat, like, meat. It's a kidney of some kind. I don't remember. It's a rabbit, something like that.
Yeah.
So she's like, I don't want to do it because I'm a vegetarian. And her mother was always like super freaking out about her trying any kind of meat or anything like that. And they make her, basically, her sister makes her. And after that, she starts getting these weird ass, like really crazy hyper kind of like cravings to eat meat and
And
anything raw.
she does without it a while and breaks out into like, it's almost like she's, detoxing or whatever. Like
Yeah.
she's addicted to that flesh and the blood and everything. And I don't know. I mean, I think we're both only childs, if you will, only children.
Yeah.
So, and we're both dudes, but I don't know if would sisters ever be close enough to wax each other's assholes and vaginas?
I've never heard, like, if they do shit like that, then I don't hear about it.
They are a hairy bunch in France. This girl, Justine, had hairy armpits. Her asshole was very hairy, evidently. Her vagina was very hairy.
Yeah.
So, the older, what's her name? Alexia is the older sister who, I think she's a sophomore. She started at the school a year before Justine. They're kind of hanging out, and Alexa just decides that she wants to wax Justine's crotch.
Why not?
And at that point, an accident occurs. How this happens, I mean, accidents happen all the time.
It involves a pair of scissors, I'll say that. But, like, I still can't really figure out what in the fuck they were trying to do. So
No, the force behind that had to be pretty strong because it cut Alexia one of her fingers off.
Yeah.
And she passes out. Of course, that's natural. That would probably happen. And what happens next, is extremely strange. Would that ever happen in the world? I don't think so. But, like, she develops a taste, without giving it completely away, for human blood and human flesh. And you're like, what in the hell is going on here? And these French fuckers they're fucked up.
Well, what she does is she takes a little nibble on a finger, if you will. She fucking suckled on that finger.
You ever heard of finger foods, daddy?
She's like, I'm going to take a little nibble out of my sister's finger, baby. Here's why I think shit like this could actually happen. Because I read a story, and this is a true story, of two, I'm pretty sure they were German, and of course they would be German, like cannibals that were in this like fetish group of cannibalism where like one guy would message the other guy about like these fantasies that he had about getting eaten by the guy.
Mm.
And I shit you not when I say this. He had that guy, they met up, and he had that guy come over, and he cut off his wang. They fucking fried it and tried to eat it together. Now you think about that for a minute.
What they did, baby, was shameful. They shouldn't have done that.
God. Like,
Yeah, this evidently though, like this come out in theaters like a limited run in the United States in 2017, and it had a pretty good marketing campaign. I mean, there is some sickening stuff in it. I don't think it's overtly like gory or anything, but the arms up a cow's ass is there. A lot of stuff is implied. But yeah, I think this is one of those movies they promoted where they were giving the audience barf bags as they were coming in.
well, to me, the toughest part of this movie to watch was not any of this shit. Honestly, any of the cannibalism stuff wasn't. But there's a scene where she's kind of like nervous and she starts like chewing on her hair and shit. And apparently she fucking like swallows a bunch of her hair without realizing it. And then she goes to the toilet and is like puking it back up. Now that scene, something about that scene I could have completely done without, but
I agree. It was disgusting, baby. The lead in this, though, the actress Garance Marelier, I'm sure that R is silent.
yeah.
got on some radio. She does a fantastic job in this movie.
Oh,
She
Garrett's.
does a killer job. Garrett's does. And there's also a scene towards the end of the movie too, with her roommate is a gay dude, and they end up having relations out of the blue, like animalistic, like
Yeah,
she
which is
start.
kind of crazy.
That's wild. And then what ends up happening to that guy is insane as well.
Yep.
And then, there's something at the very end too that's telling about the entire family. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm definitely not gonna give away the ending, but like as the plot kind of progresses, like you can imagine, like her and her sister, you find out like her sister is a cannibal too, and like her and her sister fucking are just back and forth, like one's eating one person, the other one's eating the other person, until finally there's just like fucking, I don't know what you call it, like a cannibal fight where they're biting on each other and ripping at each other, like they get pissed off at one another and they start like going at it like wild animals and stuff. And in probably like one of the most memorable scenes, there's a scene like a car accident, and the sister goes over. It's like gnawing on one of the people that are passed out in the car, and it's just a wild movie, man. Like I'm not sure how you would even classify this movie, but it is wild as hell. It's good. It's actually surprisingly good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. And really, of all of the countries that have done horror movies in the last 15, 20 years, the French horror movement has been pretty fucking massive, man. It was really big about 15 years ago with High Tension and Martyrs, Calvaire, Frontiers.
Inside.
Yeah, Inside. And then, recently too, we were talking about Titan before, and even like Eyes Without a Face is a French horror movie, and that's kind of a body horror movie as well. So the French have been fucked up for a long, long, long time, and it's a continued tradition in that country.
Yeah. I mean, you're right though. Like they make some of the most fucked up films. I think the only group of people that are more fucked up are Asians. Like when you see some of these Asian films, these Cat 3 films, you're like, God damn.
Yeah, yeah. But this is an interesting one for sure. It's not that easy to track down. I actually bought this on Vudu because all the other versions that I had, the fucking subtitles were fucked up on it, which makes it even more difficult. This is subtitled. It's French, of course, but I actually highly recommend this. If you're somebody out there that is into just bizarre ass movies in general and body horror stuff, this is definitely another one to add to your watch list.
Well, really, too, like if you look at those two movies, like this one and Titan, they're both kind of movies about obsession, like really strong obsessive desires that are like way abnormal that people have. So this one is cannibalism and like this just undying urge to like eat flesh and raw stuff. And then Titan is about fucking cars, bulls, and the undying urge to fuck a muffler, I'm assuming, which we can all relate to.
What's funny is too is like with Titan is they used a real life story and added that into it. Like that was based on something that really happened where like there was a missing girl or whatever that faked that she was this girl to come back and live with this family, and then they added this whole thing about her fucking, without giving it away.
Yeah.
What happens? Also the director of the Substance,
Corley Farjalt.
Corley Foghat. Let's just say that.
Corley Foghat. Fucking A.
Corley Foghat. Yeah.
Bitch.
But yeah, if you're wanting to check this out raw, just go ahead and buy it because, or rent it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is it for the review. Big shout outs and apologies to Dumal for taking nearly 2 months to get this out to you, but hopefully it was worth it. And always appreciate the recommendations. And he's got another good one coming up that we're going to get to in just a couple of days, Uncle Bill, that I have actually already watched. And here's a pleasant spoiler for you, though. This is in English.
Oh my God. Well,
so at least there's that.
Shit.
And it's an A24 film. It is The Killing of a Sacred Deer from 2017 with your favorite, Colin Farrell. So we'll be taking a look at that one soon, too. So
The Irish Madman. I
yes.
can't wait.
Phone Booth's one of the best movies ever. And we will catch you guys next time over at Dead Pit.
Okay.
I want all these people to click everything they're supposed to click.
You haven't been liking them, you haven't been subscribing to them, you haven't clicked the bell or notification or anything like that.
Folks, why don't you click the like button?
Do you hate us? Do you not want to see us succeed?
Why don't you click the heart button?
Is this something that you have against our particular show?
Why don't you subscribe?
You should click on one of them buttons right now if you want us to continue to bring greatness into your life.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're going to love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. You know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decade.
Here's what other fucking Patreons do. They're like, hey, give us money and then we'll let you see a video early that we're going to release like a fucking week from now, and then that's all we're going to give you. Meanwhile, we have a literal jukebox full of songs, thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram. And help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market's crashing around us, folks, but send us money.